that I wanted to leave this city. I told him that I couldn't do it anymore, and I apologized that I chose this very inconvenient time when his sister is suffering, but that I couldn't do it anymore. He looked at me and was silent, and the disappointment in his eyes just broke me. He said that he couldn't believe that I have no compassion whatsoever when a family member is suffering, and yet I still want to go about my life as usual. Would the world end if we skipped our tradition once when he is needed somewhere else? I started crying because I couldn't reach out to him, and yes, if simplified, he is in the right. This looks like me sulking about a trip. I told him that I couldn't do this anymore. We are talking past each other, and none of us wants to understand the other. He left. He texted me now that he never thought me to be selfish, and that if I should do what I see fit. He will not stand in my way. I don't know if he will be coming back. I have got a job in the new town. I'm going on an official interview on January 2nd. Afterwards, I start my new job as soon as I have settled in an apartment. The hospital offers rooms for rent for nurses, something I'm considering to look into. They usually offer this opportunity when they need people to start right away, and me, accepting this without hesitation, made me understand how done I'm with everything with my life here. I'd rather live in a small room, maybe even share it with another nurse rather than staying here. I literally feel like the walls are closing in on me here and I can't breathe. Maybe I can buy my own place eventually. Now the price has gone down. I have told my family about my decision. I have never been close to them, and I don't think they understand my decision. I don't blame them. I haven't told them about how I've been feeling lately. But I hope in time they do when they see that I'm happier. My friend who I've been living with the majority of these past weeks is more understanding. My husband didn't talk to me the first weeks after I moved out. I think it's because he's been busy with Esil, but also because of anger and hurt. He called me the day before Christmas Eve, however. He was feeling lonely because Esil and the children found a last-minute trip to Egypt with Esil's best friend and her children. They're coming home before school starts again. I told him to come for Christmas dinner with my family. It was a bit confusing for my parents that he was there after I said I was separating, but I just couldn't let him be alone. He asked me if I could move back home and wait with the move until he is ready so we both could move. Also, we should go on our annual trip because it was a waste throwing 8K away. Now you think it's a waste? I told him that I had given away the trip to my friend who took me in these past few weeks. He admitted that we had problems and that we needed help. I felt like he was genuinely sad and desperate to make it work between us, but to be honest, I don't think I want that anymore. I feel like that ship has sailed. At least I need to be alone for a while before deciding if I wanted to be married to him anymore. I told him that I wanted separation and work from there. He was crying the whole time, and so was I, but I stood in my decision. He texted me later that he's always loved me. I'm the love of his life, and that he will do anything to make me happy again, even if it meant letting me go. I feel excited for the new chapter, but there's a lot of pain in my heart at the same time. I love my husband, and I'm so scared that I'm making a big mistake. Maybe I will never find love again. Can I live without feeling loved, if I love myself well enough? Hi everyone. I'm happy that you still remember me and still ask about me. I have decided to never update on the big sub anymore. It gives me more control to block abusive users that are spreading untruths about me. I can't believe that my story got so big. I hope you have had good holidays and New Year. I will not wish you a happy New Year because I think, like Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm, that you can't say Happy New Year after the 7th of January. Ha ha. I love my new town. I have noticed that my health is improving rapidly. I'm not losing hair as much, and I haven't lost any weight either. My ulcers are still a big nuisance, but I'm getting treatment. My husband and I has decided for separation. I have adamantly refused that he moved here with me. And he was very angry at first, but he knew that now I could just stop talking to him completely if he is being disrespectful or trying to pressure me in any way. So he is trying not to upset me. I know it in my heart's heart that I don't want to be with him anymore. I miss him, yes, and it breaks my heart that he is hurt, but I feel so much more freedom and happiness that I haven't in years that could cry when I think of how much better off I'm now. I told him the truth, but he still insists that trial separation is a good start. I don't know. I dream about sex and how much I have missed it. Only now I realize how much I need it in my life. I still have feelings for Bil and I fantasize about him a lot, so I'm so relieved that he is so far away. Out of sight, out of mind, or that's at least what I'm hoping for. He called me a week after I moved here too, wished me happy New Year and said he was sorry that my marriage was ending. He apologized if he had any part in it. I denied it. More lies, but I have decided to bury this whole thing down in my heart. My heart is nobody's business but mine, and these feelings are my innermost private feelings that nobody is entitled to. He was so kind and gentle. I cried during the whole phone call and even more afterwards. He seemed to be more optimistic, happy about his future too. On that phone call, he talked more than I ever heard him talk. In all these years I've known him combined, and there was something else in his voice that I couldn't put my finger on, but that gave me happiness. He never brought up his confession or his apology afterwards. Probably he didn't want to make things awkward, and I'm thankful for that. I want to start dating again. It is too soon now, I know, and I need time for myself. To enjoy singlehood, but I can see myself dating again. Loving and being loved, and what's more, that makes me excited, feel lusted after. A great thing to feel again. If anything else happens, I will update you my virtual support. You don't know how important it was for me to be able to discuss my most private emotions with people I don't know. Thank you for your time. Hi again. I hope everything is well with you. I'm doing fine. I will get my own apartment in June. Right now, I live in a nurse housing near the hospital, if that is the right term. I'm having great time. I made a few friends and I'm taking up yoga and violin classes. My husband visited me once, unannounced, and I didn't appreciate it, to be honest. He stayed the whole weekend. This was 2 weeks ago. He had a falling out with his sister because she was angry that he insinuated that she was the reason her husband left her. I totally disagree with my husband. Nobody is the reason why somebody leaves. Life is hard enough as it is without us, blaming each other for why it is this hard. People fall out of love and it is no specific person's fault. And if anybody, it was my fault. But anyway, Sil doesn't speak to my husband now. I felt so sorry for him, but I know they love each other and will reconcile. As for us, I realized that waiting for my husband to come to terms with our separation wasn't ideal. I have made more progress than him because he is still in the we can work through this phase. I told him that I wasn't going back to him, and still he thought all I needed is time. I told him that I was filing for divorce, and he didn't take me seriously. I signed and sent him the papers. This was last Monday. He has not contacted me yet, but I received notification that he got the papers. He can drag the divorce for a couple of years tops if he refuses to sign. When he was here visiting, I realized that I didn't have any romantic feelings, nor attraction to him anymore. Maybe I haven't had in years, really, but I still love him more than any human on this earth. Does this make any sense? Do you feel this way? I saved this for last, but I have been talking on Hinge to someone. I am not looking for anything serious. I don't want to be in a relationship for a very long time. This man is also in a somewhat similar situation, newly separated and isn't looking. I met him on Wednesday and we didn't even make it to dinner. It felt so weird, but God, it was so amazing to be touched for the first time in so many years by someone who desired me. Me! It was all I could do to hold back tears while he was kissing me and moaning in my ear. I didn't know I had it, in me, to make a man hard and want me. How weird is that? Thankfully, he didn't find it weird at all. On the contrary, he said the idea of being my first after so many years turned him on very much. I was nervous that he would find me disgusting and inadequate. I'm meeting him this weekend. All weekend. I don't want to do anything but have sex, haha. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Finally,